Hi, Ugly Grandma here, and I am on a 3-day camping trip out at the lake. And I brought some books with me because I have two that I definitely want to finish on this trip. The first one is The Shining. I've been reading this one for about a month, so I'm hoping to get it done. I have less than 100 pages to go, so with any luck, I will get this one done today. The other book I have picked up and put down and picked up and put down to read other stuff, but I'd really like to finish. My grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. I'm probably about a third of the way through. It's a good book, but it didn't catch my attention as well as A Man Called Ove, and I really enjoyed that book. This one's good, it's just different, and it's taking me a little bit more to get into it, but I would really like to finish this one on this trip as well. If by some chance I get both of those books done, I did bring a third one, which is Stephen King's The Bachman books, and my plan is to read at least The Rage out of this one, because I'm trying to read the Stephen King books in publication order, and The Rage is the next one on that list. I did bring my Kindle with me because I enjoy reading my Kindle at night in bed, and right now I am reading Red Rising. And when I first started this, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, although it's gotten a lot of good remarks on BookTube. I wasn't sure I would be able to get into it, but I got about 20% in, and then I didn't want to put it down. It got really good. So I'm looking forward to reading this one at night. I don't think I'll finish it this weekend, but I'm in no great hurry to finish this one. We are on our last night of our camping trip, and yesterday I did finish The Shining. Really not much to say about this because this is like the third or fourth time I've read this book. It's always fun to reread it, especially after a couple of years, because there's always stuff that I forgot. I do enjoy this book. This is probably one of my top favorites for Stephen King so far, because there's quite a few of his newer novels that I have not read. For now, this is one of my favorites. I spent nearly the whole day today reading, doing nothing but reading, because we figured out that this beautiful lake behind me has a lot of algae, so we did not go swimming yesterday or today, which was kind of a bummer. The whole reason I like to come to the lake is to be able to splash around in the water. Since we couldn't do that, I got a lot of reading done. Even my husband spent some time reading, which he hasn't done for a while. So it was a nice, quiet, relaxing day. Because I spent so much time reading, I did finish My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. It's such a long title for a book. And I have to say that once I was able to sit down and just read this book without any interruptions, I enjoyed it so much more. And my husband and I were talking last night, and I think the problem with some of the books that I read, if there's some world building or some fantasy where I really have to pay attention, it takes me a lot longer to read it. And this one has like this whole fantasy world that this girl and her grandmother have created. I had to reread quite a bit of that because I was getting lost on what was being said. But once I got into it and I started to understand the premise of the book, it was a really good read. And I would definitely give this probably about 4.5 stars because I really did enjoy it once I had that time to sit down and read it. Because I got these two done, I did pick up the Bachman books, and I'm starting to read Rage. You can see I'm like maybe 5 pages into it. I will be reading this probably until we have dinner, and then we'll be sitting around the campfire. And when we sit around the campfire, we listen to audiobooks. We finished the book, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Vampire Hunting. I might have that wrong, but I'll put a picture of it up here so you know what I'm talking about. That book, my husband and I were listening to it together. We finished that last night. The other audiobook I actually finished Friday when we first got here camping. I get overheated easily, so I was laying down, and I finished Before the Fall, which was actually a pretty good book as well as an audiobook. So that was the stuff that I read and did this weekend. Once I get home, I'm hoping to finish Red Rising before the end of August, and I will probably just read The Rage in this book, and then I will be moving on to Night Shift after this one. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it that thumbs up. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.